Hi everyone. I thought I'd come on and do a reading for the general, an energy update. I've had a couple things brought to my awareness and that people are having a hard time today. So I'd like to go in and see what the energy is so that we can find out why. So what is it that's making us feel so uneasy? What I've started feeling, so I started meditating on this energy earlier before I started here, and what I was getting is that people are starting to realize that there's no control over what's happening in the world, and people are starting to feel powerless to the situation. Whereas normally, when something would happen, we could react and usually find immediate results. This time it's not working. So that instant gratification of making something happen or being able to react to something in a way that kind of helps us avoid the situation even is not available to us right now. Because we're stuck at home and either we're alone or we're stuck at home with our families, and in that family setting, it's having the realization of that we still feel unseen or misunderstood within the safety of our home, which makes us then feel unsafe. And then even resentment. Some of us feel like this is the time for us to go in and do self-work, inner work, healing work on ourselves. But we have to take care of a family. And in that family structure, we have no support in being able to take a moment to ourselves and do the work that is required internally to fix our external world. And it's totally valid and understandable to feel invisible. All right, so first we have triumphant success. This is the Ace of Swords. And I feel like people are like, why am I not achieving this in this time? I'm sitting here with myself and I'm trying to understand my wounds, but nothing's changing. The thing is, when we go into our inner self with ulterior motives, such as fixing the world around us, in the unconscious mind, how do I want to put this? It's like if you're single and home alone and you're like, oh, let me just go out with this guy so that I can get a free dinner, or so that I'm not bored sitting at home alone. The reason you're doing it is really to benefit yourself, but you're doing it in a roundabout, manipulative way. Does that make sense? So it's like, I'm sitting with myself. I don't understand why I'm not changing. I don't understand why I'm not feeling better. The point of sitting with ourselves is to get to understand where these emotional wounds stem from, and gain compassion for ourselves in that very moment, in that exact energy, without having to have that part of us change. That's the true meaning of unconditional love. So while, yes, we are being asked to be inwards, being asked to take a look at our self-care, or take a look at our emotional bodies, but without the motive of, I'm going to sit with you as long as it takes so that you can change. That's not the energy that creates more separation, in fact. What is needed is, I'm going to sit with you in your pain, and I'm not going to force you to change. I'm going to sit with you because I want to sit with you, and I want to understand you, and I want to feel you, and I want to hear you, and I want to see you exactly as you are in this very moment. Those are the things that were needed when the wounds were created. When the wounds were created, it was because we were unseen, unheard, unacknowledged, invalidated. And the only way to bring those parts of us back into ourselves is to do exactly what was needed in the moment it was created. All right, so we have obstacles and challenges. And this is, like I was saying, it feels like we have all these things that we can not escape. We cannot escape ourselves. And so without the distractions, or even the distractions start to become not enough, right? So we sit and we watch a whole series, and then that's over, and then we try to find another one, and then that's over. And then in that moment, while we're completely numb and escaped into a TV series, our subconscious mind starts to creep in, and these feelings of powerlessness and being out of control start to creep in, and you don't understand where that's coming from, and it starts to bring you down. And that feeling of uncomfortableness is actually your subconscious talking to you and trying to get you to communicate with it and hear it and feel it. It's there for a reason. It's not there for no reason. And then we have patience. We need to have patience with ourselves and the parts of ourselves that are hurt and that have these feelings. And even though they don't feel good, you want to sit with it anyway. And sitting with it is not going to make it get stronger. It's not going to make it take over your life. What actually gets you entangled in it and sort of in a cycle, it's like if you picture your emotions, your negative emotions, as a hole, right? And you're in the bottom of the hole. And you're trying to claw your way back up, but you're just draining your energy. You're trying to claw your way out of the hole. Keep trying to climb out and climb out and climb out. And all you're doing essentially is making the hole bigger. And then you drain your energy and you're exhausted and you have no idea why. What if you just sat in the bottom, sort of dug down into it deeper? Oftentimes you'll find yourself falling out the other side into a whole new reality. It's pretty amazing. Have patience with yourself. All right, and then we have foundations and achievements, and I feel like this is being stuck in the home, being stuck with the family, realizing that in the place where you're meant to feel safe, safest and securest, the most secure, is actually a place where you feel even more unseen than any other place in your life. A lot of times in our home life as a family member, we put on the masks that make us feel like good people so that we could be good role models for our children and make sure our spouse is not unhappy with us, and all the while pushing our true selves farther and farther away. A lot of times our masks are even greater than in our workplace when we're at home. So then we start to feel emotional withdrawal. You feel completely disconnected with the people who are around you. It's easier to be disconnected with people at work because it's not like you have to go home to them. But you have to be emotionally connected to those who are around you. But how do you do that when you wear so many masks? And then we have transformation, which is the tower moment. The energy today is asking you not only to show yourself self-love and self-care, but really get to know yourself inside and out without any judgment, with full compassion, and not push yourself away to avoid yourself any longer. And why? Why is it that we need to get to know ourselves? Why is it that we need to go within and find our purest truth at the core of our being? It's because Source wants us to realize that we actually have so much power and so much potential within us to create the life that we actually want and feel excitement for, and what brings us joy. But how can you do that without knowing who you are? Without knowing what you want? And it's in trying new things. I know obviously you can't go out and do new things, but if there's something that you've been wanting to try, like learning how to knit, or learning how to paint, or learning how to play guitar, or learning how to do Zumba. Try it. You will never know. It's in finding the things that you don't like is how you realize what you do like. Right? So triumphant success. 6 of Wands. We have to get into this mode of empowerment. How do we do that? We go within. We learn new things. We figure out what it is we like and we don't like. We figure out who we truly are. And that's the ultimate truth. Who are we? Who do we wish to be in this world? Our old program minds might say, well, how is that possible? Or that doesn't seem logical, or that doesn't seem financially feasible. But it is. realizing that it is. And not because I say so. But take my example. I quit my job at the casino where I had great benefits, making great money, but every day felt like I didn't want to be on this earth anymore. I couldn't handle it. I felt like my soul was dying every single day that I went into work. Every day. I didn't want to be on this earth anymore. And it's it was in that despair and in that hopelessness that I realized I had the power to make that change. I had the power to say, this is no longer what I want. What do I want? I had no clue. Well, I take that back. I did have a clue of what I wanted to do. But at the time, I was too afraid. But I took that first step. That was the first step. I feel like the camera's shaking. I took that first step of choosing myself, choosing happiness for myself, choosing fulfillment for myself, choosing to be at one with the universe and one with Source, and allow Source to guide me into what was good for me. Source will guide you all the time with little thoughts, with small thoughts, with... I don't know if my chair will go down anymore. I'm sorry. Sitting still is really tough for me. Okay. Obstacles and challenges. What is it that we want? We want something new. The Fool. We want something to inspire us to move forward. We want to be connected into Source. But what does that mean? This is how we feel about it. This Five of Cups. The new opportunity, being connected into Source and into your own intuition, to guide you and to lead you and to give you the courage to make those choices, makes you feel like you're going to end up alone. But why? Why does it have to be that way? What in your past created this programming in your own mind? Who says that we have to be alone in our journey? If we make that shift, if we make the choice to shift, it's not if we make that shift, because we can always make that shift. It's whether or not we choose to make that shift. If we choose to make that shift, who says that you're going to end up alone? You may go through some hard times and people may fall out of your life, but it's only because they no longer matched the vibration of who you are. Is that scary? Absolutely. Is it worth it? Absolutely. But you won't know that until you experience it. And you can conceptualize all these different possibilities, but you don't know what will happen unless you try it. So we have Patience. And we have the Three of Cups. And we have the Four of Pentacles. And we have the Four of Cups. And we have the Nine of Wands. If you're afraid of losing everyone around you, if you continue to hold on to these old programmings and old paradigms that no longer serve you, you'll be stuck in this energy of looking towards the past and what was, and not even realizing that in your future, you have your cups being filled, and they're waiting there for you. But they're not able to get to you because you won't clear out the past. We have to remove the energies, the energetic cords of the past, so that we can move that energy through our body and make room for new energy. We hold up walls to seeing our future, to creating a new future. We get stuck in the past of what was, what could have been. All of that no longer matters. Yes, it's painful. But do we choose to allow that pain to suffocate us and to stifle us and to keep us stuck in complete stasis while everything is happening around us? Or do we take that pain and hold it and bring it with us so that we can make better decisions in our future and create a brand new reality for ourselves? A lot of you are having a hard time with your relationships right now. Whether it's romantic or parent to child or friendships. We've got the Justice card. I feel like the universe is asking us to I feel too low now. Sorry. Okay. I'm good. I like my Ninja Turtles. Alright. I feel like the universe is really asking us to, instead of feeling unseen by the external individual, what is it that you are not seeing within you? Change your perspective, okay? Change your perspective. And if you are going through chaos and turmoil other than what's happening collectively and worldly, if you're having chaos and turmoil within your own surroundings, personally, in your home or whatever, the universe is giving you the greatest gift. It's giving you a mirror to see what it is within you that you have suppressed, denied, or disowned, that you don't necessarily like within you. And it's in that separation, it's in that suppression where self-sabotage begins to happen. For example, if you and your partner, like say you have a husband and say you want to start doing this self-work, but he thinks it's crap and all he does is play video games. Really go in and find out what part of you thinks it's crap. And be okay with it. It's not wrong, it's not right, it's not good or bad, it's just what is. Everything is just what is. None of it is good and none of it is bad. Use the people who are around you as your own reflections. If you have children and you find yourself in a bad mood, realize how that affects your children. If you're in a good mood, realize how it affects your children. If they're in a bad mood, stop. Instead of getting angry at them, stop and say, where am I having a part in this? Is my mood reflecting onto them? Is my mood affecting them? How am I in this moment, in this situation, and what can I change to make it better? Okay? I can hear rain and thunder and I love it. And that's not to say always blame yourself, but literally we cannot control anything other than ourselves. If we continue to try and control situations that are that are out of our control, we will continue to go through these tower moments over and over and over again. So it's literally learning how to, or not even learning, it's literally reprogramming your mind to say that if I'm in a situation that I have no control over, what is it that I do have control over, and what is it that I can change to make the situation better for everyone? Okay? Okay, so if you are in a relationship and you are starting to feel the emotional withdrawal, and you are starting to have memories of someone in your past, stop for a moment. Really become the observer. Become the observer in your life versus being so reactive. Okay? If someone else is coming back, if there's someone else coming back in your life and you're already in a relationship, ask yourself why. Are you allowing this person to come back so that you can feel some sense of renewal? Some form of attention? Is that truly what you want? And if so, what is stopping you from leaving the situation you're currently in and moving forward towards that situation? What I feel like is people are just lacking excitement and lacking compassion for the other, and lacking being seen and understood by their partner, that it's being sought out other places. Okay, if you are single, and you're starting to have these memories, of someone in the past. Nope, same message. Dang it. Sorry. I thought there might be a different message, but it's the same thing. If you're single and there's someone coming back into your life from the past, really ask yourself, why were they in the past to begin with? What made me make the decision to put that person in my past and move forward from them? Because I guarantee it hasn't changed. All right, transformation. You got the Tower card twice in this reading. It's just strong transformation and strong, but it's not external, you know? It's not something that you can do externally by taking action. It's something that you have to do internally by being still and by being quiet. This transformation is meant for you to realize your own power and know what power that you have in this world. You are strong. You are powerful. You have the capability and desire to create exactly what you want in your life. You have the power and the capability to create exactly who you want to be in this world. It's not easy. And it does become scary at times. But it's, instead of making that fear something bad, change your perspective on it. I do have fear, and I choose to move forward and create the life I want. I am afraid, and I'm going to choose to make myself more aware of who I truly am. I am afraid of what I will find, and I will take that fear and I will hold it tight like a child, like a baby, and keep it safe, especially from my own harsh judgments. And we will find the way together to create a whole new life cycle for myself. Yeah? Stop pushing yourselves away. It's in that push away and in that push away that we do to ourselves. Oh, you're feeling bad. No, stop, get away, I can't do it. That we create more separation, which in turn creates more pain, which in turn creates more cycles and patterns and habits of doing things, which cause us to push ourselves away. It's a cycle. It's a cycle that we need to break. It's a habit. So, let's pull some oracle cards. I can tell you this. Pushing ourselves away is no longer going to work. Because all Source wants is for us to become together and be completed and whole within our own individual bodies. So the more you push away, the more discomfort you're going to cause yourself. The blue flame spontaneous awakening, activation, and integration time. It's time to pull all of our parts back together. All the things that are seen, all the things that are not seen, all the good, the bad, the ugly, the beautiful, the crazy, the sane, all parts of ourselves. And love each part unconditionally without needing any one of them to change. If you can do that, you have no choice but to hold unconditional love and compassion for other people. Because all the things that we judge in other people are the things that we don't like about ourselves. The great severing, Mars energy, anger, conflict, softening to love. We need to learn how to love. And not love so that we can receive something. We just need to learn how to love. And that's it. And then we have Earth, learning how to be human. In the world, but not of it. And what I get from this is like learning how to be in the world, be human, be in this third dimensional reality where all we know is polarity, duality, and separation. And bringing in that fifth dimensional vibrational energy of being one with all. And holding that in your heart in this third dimensional reality. Because this is where we came. This is where we will find our greatest expansion. And then finding our authentic truth. If we live in our authentic truth, connected mind, body, spirit, or mind, body, emotional, the universe will always support you, always bring you abundance. Why wouldn't it? But you need to find the joy. Authentically find your joy. And by doing that, you try things and you learn what you don't like. In that search, you'll find what you like. Right? Okay, one more. The universe wants us to get away from this old paradigm of waking up in the morning, going to work 10 hours a day, coming home, having dinner, going back to bed, and doing the same thing the next day, every day, until we die. That's not what the universe wants us to do. You got vision. Trust in your ability to create the vision in your soul. I hope that's been helpful. I'm available for personal readings. All the information will be below. If you like and subscribe to my channel, that would be amazing. I just want to get my purpose is to get my knowledge that I am unlocking every day out into the world. If you have any questions or comments, my email will be in the bottom. My website will be in the bottom, in the comments or description. I don't know. It'll be down there somewhere. If you have anyone that you feel will benefit from this message, share the video. My Facebook, Instagram, and all that stuff will be in the description. And I'll see you in a couple days. I hope you have a wonderful evening. I love you all. See you later.